Hello everyone, welcome back to another Random Friday. Today we'll be taking a look at this electronic candle lighter, a useful motorist tool and a clone screwdriver. Which one shall we start with, guys? How many of you guys out there have got one of these handy little Stanley pocket screwdrivers? Take the cap off, it's about the size of a pen. Take the cap off and you've got some screwdriver bits at each end of it, like so. So there we go. Well, I was looking through GearBest the other month and I found this. A clone. Looks very similar, doesn't it? It is an absolute dead ringer for the Stanley original. You take the caps off just the same way. You've got a couple of screwdriver bits that are just as tough to get out. On that end, cap back on this end, same thing again. It's identical in every way, apart from the fact that it's just a little bit cheaper made. You got like a blemish just here. Let's compare the two together. Well, straight away you can see there's a colour difference here, and there's also a difference in the plastics. The Stanley one sounds that lot much nicer, a whole lot nicer, I must say. We've got a slightly smaller bit here, I think, than in the Stanley. I wonder how good they are. We'll have to get a screwdriver tester in. Let's give it a go on this screw just here. Well, it definitely works, that's for sure. And we haven't damaged the tip too much either, so perhaps not as bad as we thought then. I also have this Jake Me version here, a Chinese company, but I'm going to do a separate review on that one. So what have we got to look at next then, guys? As many of you know, I like to renovate old tools. A lot of them are rusty, so if you're going to wire brush all the rust off them, it can float about in the air. And I've been trying one of these cheapo masks. They're not very good because they don't fit very well, and I don't think they protect you at all. So I wanted something a little bit better. So I went out and got this thing here from Screwfix. This is much nicer. This thing here's a little valve on it to help you breathe better, let the air out of the mask. It's a much better filter, it's quite thick, and we've also got a proper seal around your face as well, and this one does actually work a lot better. It's also got a much better strap on it, fit around your head a lot better. It's much nicer all round actually, guys. Let me know if you think this is an improvement. Okay, so moving on. This electronic candle lighter was a Mother's Day gift from our son to Mrs. Rathbone. It is fully rechargeable. It's got an on and off switch just here. So switch it on and you can see how much of a charge it's got in it. And you simply press this button here. You can see it's cooking away, then you can actually hear it. Let's have a listen. I'll put it near the microphone of the camera. Makes quite a racket. Okay, so how good is it? I've got some paper here. It's like a laser, look. Does a good job of setting fire to paper. Before we set fire to the house, that is, we'll try a candle. Oh, hang on, maybe not that one. Try this one instead. Blimey! What sort of candle is that? And there we go. Finally. Okay, so last but by no means least, we have this what I consider to be a very handy motorist tool. What's it for? Well, it's for Schrader valves on your car tyres. My late father always carried one of these in his car for years and years and years. So I took up the baton and I got one for my car too. And then as soon as my son got his car, I got one for his car as well. Okay, so what do they do? Well, we have a thread cutter here. There's also a thread cutter here, a little die there, tap there, die there. And we have a little cutter there for cleaning up the valve, inside the valve there, and we have the valve core remover. So let's take a look at how this thing works then. Okay, so here we have a Schrader valve, in this case off of my bicycle. That's my new inner tube which I'm supposed to be fitting because my front tyre has got a puncture, as it has done for the last 5 years I think. So there's the thread that the cap goes onto. This bit here is to clean that up. So if it's dirty and you can't get your cap on or off properly, we simply whiz this on like so. Back it off and it will have cleaned up the valve. You can actually see it has cleaned up a little bit on the outside of things. If you look down inside here, you'll actually see the little valve itself, this little bit here that lets the air in and out, and that's what this little bit does here. You use this bit here to take the valve out or even tighten it up, because I had some new tyres fitted the other week onto my car and I noticed that they were losing a little bit of pressure, so I tried this thing here and they were loose, they were a little bit loose. I got about a quarter of a turn out of them. But anyway, let's go ahead and take the valve out of this one. There we go, there's a little valve, and what we have here, as I say, this little pointy bit here will actually clean out the seat in there. If you're not getting a very good seat, you simply poke that down in there like so, give it a few turns, and that will clear any debris out of the seat there. Okay, so we can, oh, and the other thing we can do with it is this, the little tap here. That goes inside and we'll clean the thread out for you. There we go. Cleans the threads, cleans the seat, and then we can pop the little valve back in again, like that. As I say, the one on my both of the valves on my car tyres were loose and letting a little bit of pressure out. Pop this in and hopefully it'll stop it. I'm going to check it this Sunday and find out. Alrighty guys, so hope you enjoyed today's Random Friday. Please let me know if you enjoy these videos or not, and hopefully I'll have another one for you next Friday. So stay tuned and see what I've got next week for you. And I will catch you back here at Rathbone Manor. Laters!
Ruff, ruff.